Hello and welcome to ERi-TV English News Broadcast. It's exactly 10:30 p.m. Asmara time now, and we're ready for our domestic and international news for Monday, the 12th of May. Reporting live from our headquarters in Asmara and inviting you to stay with us is Heaven Johannes, your news anchor for this session. Let's first begin with the major headlines. Preparations for celebrating the 34th Independence Day anniversary conclude. Contribution of dumps to agricultural development. US and China agree to roll back tariffs in major trade breakthrough. And more than 100 dead after flooding in the Democratic Republic of Congo. In our domestic news, Ambassador Zemede Takhla, Commissioner of Culture and Sports, announced that preparations for celebrating the 34th Independence Day anniversary under the theme Our Cohesion, Our Armor have been finalized. Ambassador Zemede indicated that celebrations will include Independence Day week in Asmara from 16 to 23 May, various activities in the regions, as well as programs organized by nationals in the diaspora. He also noted that sports competitions, which began 2 months ago in the regions, and the school's Independence Weeks that started on May 7th, are integral parts of the celebration. Ambassador Zemede went on to say that programs in Asmara will feature cultural performances at Bahti Maskaram Square, cultural and artistic presentations at Cinema Roma, and street cultural shows involving Asmara residents. The Umoja cultural troupe from South Africa will also perform at Bahti Maskaram Square on May 21st. Documentary films and other programs depicting the struggle for national independence and the progress of national development are already being broadcast through national media as of 10 May. Additionally, public gatherings will be organized on 22 and 23 May in all subzones. Fireworks display will take place on May 23rd, and the official Independence Day celebration will be held at Asmara Stadium on May 24th. Ambassador Zemede also stated that football matches between the national teams of Eritrea, Niger and South Sudan will be conducted as part of the celebrations. In another news, the dams constructed over the past 34 years of independence by the government of Eritrea and partners have made significant contribution to agricultural development, particularly in the vegetables and fruits farming. According to reports from the Ministry of Agriculture, the number of dams that was about 130 pre-independence has currently increased to about 840 across the country. These strategic and small dams, in addition to ensuring water supply for both humans and livestock, have enabled widespread vegetable and fruit farming. Eritrea is among the countries in the world vulnerable to drought and desertification. The government of Eritrea has therefore prioritized water and soil conservation to address these challenges ever since independence. Accordingly, over the years of independence, agricultural terraces have been constructed on more than 276,000 hectares, while water and soil conservation as well as water diversion schemes have been implemented on 129,000 hectares. The Students' Festival in the Southern Region, which began on 9 May under the theme Cultural and Sports Festival for National Cohesion, concluded on 11 May at Mendefera Stadium. Mr. Haptezgi Kidane, head of the Regional Education Office, commended the students' enthusiastic participation and expressed appreciation to all who contributed to the successful implementation of the festival. Program coordinators praised the active participation of students in the festival, especially in education-based programs, innovation and creativity, and cultural performances showcasing the ethnic groups in the region. The festival, which brought together about 1,000 students from the 12 subzones of the region, featured competitions in football, basketball, volleyball, drama, general knowledge, music, poetry, debating, and innovation. Do stay tuned, dear viewers, for we shall be back with the international news after the short break. Welcome back. The United States and China have agreed to drastically roll back tariffs on each other's goods by 115 percentage points for an initial 90-day period in a surprise breakthrough that de-escalated a punishing trade war and lifted global markets. The announcement, which was made in a joint statement, comes after a weekend of marathon trade negotiations in Geneva, Switzerland, by officials from the world's two largest economies, during which both sides plugged substantial progress. These effectively means the U.S. will temporarily lower its overall tariffs on Chinese goods from 145% to 30%, while China will cut its levies on American imports from 125% to 10%. The trade war between the world's two largest economies has already affected both countries. America's gross domestic product showed its first quarterly contraction since early 2022 as importers raced to bring in goods before tariff rates kicked in. As for China, its exports to the U.S. fell sharply last month, impacting the country's enormous manufacturing industry. Chinese factory activity contracted at its fastest pace in 16 months in April, adding urgency to Beijing's efforts to roll out fresh economic stimulus. Global investors are cheering a melt in the trade war sparked by U.S. President Donald Trump's massive tariffs, which have roiled financial markets, disrupted supply chains, and stoked recession fears. Heavy overnight floods have washed away several villages in the Democratic Republic of Congo, killing more than 100 people. This is according to local officials. The victims were mostly children and elderly people, with an additional 28 injured and some 150 homes destroyed. According to a regional official, torrential rains caused the Kasaba River to burst its banks overnight, with the rushing waters carrying everything in their paths before raising the houses on the edge of the lake. Meanwhile, the province health minister stated that rescue operations were hampered by a lack of services and a shutdown of telephone lines due to the flooding. Such natural disasters are frequent in the Democratic Republic of Congo, particularly on the shores of the Great Lakes in the east of the country, as the surrounding hills are weakened by deforestation. In 2023, floods killed 400 people in several communities located on the shores of Lake Kivu, while last month 33 people were killed in the flooding in the capital, Kinshasa. With this, we conclude our news for this session. Dear viewers, time for a quick recap of the major headlines. Preparations for celebrating the 34th Independence Day anniversary conclude. Contribution of dams to agricultural development. US and China agree to roll back tariffs in major trade breakthrough. And more than 100 dead after flooding in the Democratic Republic of Congo. This was World on Monday with ERi-TV English News Broadcast. Dear viewers, thank you for joining. It's officially a goodbye from us.